This is the story of Missy Giove, a highly successful professional mountain bike racer who was not just a name in mountain biking, but has proudly won an astonishing 14 titles, including 11 World Cups. The pinnacle of her career arrived in 1994 when she clinched the coveted World Championship, solidifying her place in history. Missy wasn't just winning races, she was redefining the sport, pushing boundaries and inspiring a generation. But beneath the veneer of triumph, a brutal reality was taking its toll. The very nature of extreme mountain biking demands an incredible physical sacrifice, and Missy paid a heavy price. Her body became a canvas of injuries, each crash leaving an indelible mark, chipping away at her once indomitable physique. The year 2001 marked a significant turning point, a harbinger of the struggles to come. A devastating crash left her unconscious, her body battered, and her shoulder dislocated. Despite the severity of her injuries and explicit medical advice to rest, the relentless drive of a champion compelled her to continue. This decision, born of competitive fire, would have dire consequences. Soon after, another crash resulted in a brain hemorrhage, a life-altering injury that underscored the immense risks she was taking. The subsequent years, 2002 and 2003, brought more trauma. Further crashes led to another dislocated shoulder and a broken wrist, adding to an already staggering list of ailments. By the time she finally retired from professional biking, the statistics were chilling. Over 40 broken bones and at least 10 documented concussions. These weren't just numbers. They represented a body pushed beyond its limits, a mind grappling with the cumulative effects of repeated trauma. Retirement, for many athletes, is a transition into a new chapter. For Missy Giove, it was a plunge into an abyss of uncertainty and hardship. The roar of the crowd faded, the sponsorships vanished, and the structured life of a professional athlete dissolved, leaving her adrift. She found herself in a precarious financial situation, a stark contrast to her former celebrity. The harsh truth was that Missy lacked a post-racing career plan, a common oversight for athletes whose entire lives are dedicated to their sport. Without a steady income, lucrative sponsorship deals, or even basic health insurance, she faced an uphill battle. The financial strain was immense, a cruel irony for someone who had once commanded such attention and adoration. Compounding her financial woes were the persistent, debilitating health issues stemming from her career-ending injuries. Chronic headaches, seizures, and relentless pain became her daily companions, a constant reminder of the sacrifices she had made. The physical and mental toll was immense, leaving her vulnerable and desperate. It was in this state of profound vulnerability that she encountered Eric, a man who would irrevocably alter the course of her life. In 2006, Missy Giove's path intersected with Eric, a figure deeply entrenched in the illicit drug trade. Eric was no small-time operator. He ran a sophisticated, large-scale, illegal business, orchestrating the smuggling of thousands of pounds of marijuana across state lines. He was a man who understood the value of discretion and the power of an unexpected facade. Eric saw in Missy not a broken athlete, but a perfect cover. Her former persona as a celebrated, recognizable athlete offered an ideal camouflage for his nefarious activities. Who would suspect a former world champion mountain biker of transporting illicit drugs? The irony was stark, the temptation for Missy in her desperate circumstances undeniable. Missy, facing mounting debts and chronic pain, made a fateful decision. She accepted Eric's offer, stepping into a world far removed from the adrenaline-fueled trails she once conquered. Her role was to transport hundreds of pounds of marijuana across the country, a task that offered a staggering sum of $30,000 per run. This figure later escalated to an even more enticing $60,000, a sum that promised to alleviate her financial burdens, at least temporarily. For a time, the operation ran smoothly, fueled by Missy's desperate need and Eric's calculated risk. The money flowed, providing a temporary reprieve from her struggles. In 2009, seeking to expand her capacity or perhaps ease her own burden, Missy enlisted a friend to assist with the illicit transports, paying her friend $3,000 per trip. This decision, seemingly innocuous at the time, would prove to be the fatal flaw in their carefully constructed scheme. The friend, while driving a load of marijuana, was pulled over in Illinois for a routine speeding violation. The seemingly minor traffic stop quickly escalated. Under pressure, the friend revealed the entire drug operation to the police, a confession that immediately triggered the involvement of the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA. The net was beginning to close. The DEA, now fully aware of the scale of the operation, moved swiftly and strategically. They placed a GPS tracker within the trailer, transforming the friend into an unwitting informant. The plan was meticulously crafted. The friend was instructed to continue the journey to New York, setting the stage for Missy's apprehension. The trap was set, and Missy, unaware of the betrayal, was walking directly into it. The culmination of the DEA's operation arrived with dramatic precision. As Missy and Eric were in the process of unloading the trailer in New York, Eric discovered the hidden GPS tracker. The realization of their imminent capture dawned upon them, shattering their illicit enterprise. Moments later, law enforcement descended, and Missy Giove, the once celebrated mountain biking legend, was arrested. The fall from grace was complete, a stark and public humiliation for a woman who had once stood atop podiums. Faced with overwhelming evidence and the gravity of her actions, Missy Giove made a critical decision. She took a plea deal and cooperated fully with authorities. Her cooperation, a testament to her desire to mitigate the consequences, resulted in a sentence of 6 months of time served. A relatively lenient outcome, perhaps reflecting her cooperation and the complex circumstances that led her down this path. Eric, the mastermind behind the operation, also accepted a plea deal. His role as the orchestrator of the large-scale smuggling ring led to a more substantial sentence of 30 months in federal prison. The legal proceedings brought an end to their criminal enterprise, but the story of Missy Giove leaves us with profound questions about the pressures on athletes, the unseen struggles of retirement, and the desperate choices individuals can make when pushed to their limits.